Hi guys, welcome to Life with the Stephs. It's me, Stephanie, and today I don't have a rant or anything. Today I want to talk about my business, Swen, and answer some of the questions that I've really gotten about my business, how I plan to move forward with Swen, and some of the reasons why I decided to start Swen, and what struggles I've had with Swen since I've decided to start my own business. Stay tuned, it's going to be a good one. Before I get too into this video, I just want to say sorry if I'm looking really yellow. I am playing with the settings on my camera because I'm not liking how not HD and blurry our videos are coming out, so I really just have been playing with the settings and I haven't found what I like, so I'm going to see how this looks on editing, and I hope it looks better than our last few. So I think the question I get most about Swen is, what does Swen stand for? And I love this question because I thought about the Swen name, like the name of my company, for months. It was like as soon as I decided I wanted to start a company, it took me so long to figure out what I wanted to name it, but I knew that I wanted to incorporate my heritage. And I'm Haitian, so I wanted to incorporate something that had to do with Haiti and the language of Creole. I also knew that because I'm a social work student, I really wanted to add in just like something about caring and never giving up and kindness. So I searched the word care and Creole, and Swen came up, and I just was like, that's the name. I love that name, and that's what I'm gonna call my business. So that's how it got the name Swen. And Swen, like I said earlier, just means care in Creole. Swen is a self-care business on the forefront. So the whole idea of Swen is to get people thinking really about taking care of themselves more than we already have. And I'm not saying people don't take care of themselves, but it's always a good reminder to remind yourself that time is so important and that you deserve time for yourself to make sure you are staying healthy, happy, and excited about life. And so that's my whole idea of why I started Swen. I went into social work and I didn't know much about self-care. I was not taking care of myself. I dealt with a lot of mental illness, and I have been very honest with you guys that I've dealt with mental illness. I've really struggled with it in the past. And as soon as I really put self-care as the forefront in my life and made sure it was an important thing that I always made sure I was doing, I have been so much healthier and happier, and I just want to help everybody do that. I really want to help people see that they are so important, and this, like, it starts with you. For you to just be happy and healthy, it really starts with how you're treating yourself. Self-care is something that is very not talked about as much as it should be. In some like industries it's talked about a lot, but in others it's not talked about enough, and I just want to make it like the forefront, and I want people to know how important it is. So that is why I started Swen. Swen is starting off right now with subscription boxes, self-care subscription boxes. Here's the box. It's like, this is our first batch of boxes. We only got about 15, and we're gonna hand them out as like giveaways and like just to our friends as gifts, just to kind of show everybody what's going on. And then the next batch, we're gonna get like 300 or 400, and they're gonna be a bit bigger because of the products that are gonna be in. The Swen symbol is the peace sign. It took me a long time to come up with like the Swen logo symbol, and I ended up doing the peace sign with a heart because I think like, we all need peace within each other, and Swen's slogan is we accept and encourage everyone's differences, and that's like, to me, creating world peace. And to be accepting of everybody is to be at peace that there are differences and we are accepting of everything. And a heart is just to show that we love and we care about everybody. So that's how I came up with the Swen logo. Very simple. I also wanted it to be like a calming symbol. I didn't want it to be too much, so it's just, people do this all the time, and I'm super excited for it. The colors Stefan actually helped me out with. Oops. Because like I said, I wanted Swen to be a very calming self-care thing. Like, I wanted people to look at it and be like, wow, this is like calming, but I still wanted it to be attractive. So I didn't want the colors too bright and vibrant, but I didn't want them too gloomy. And I think this off creamy tone white is perfect for that. I think it's like a navy dark blue is also very perfect for that. And then just the Swen symbol is just a little bit of a navy turquoise, which I love. And I think the box all came together so nicely. The front, I would be excited to get this. I'd be like, man, this is awesome. This is so calming, and I'm excited. So I hope that it has that effect on other people. Now the inside I might make a little more bubbly depending on who the box is going to. So this box would probably I would use this box more for a child, mostly not because it is like, because they all the boxes look the same, but when you open it, I just want to be very careful because I don't want to break it. When you open it, the filling inside is a lot more playful and exciting and vibrant and bright green. I will never discriminate. Swen will never discriminate. We accept everybody's differences. The whole subscription box idea is to like get different cultures and different like ways of doing self-care into these boxes so that we can learn about other subscriptions, so that we can learn about other cultures. And that is really what I want Swen to be. Swen is not just gonna stop with the boxes. The subscription boxes are just to get people to understand and learn about Swen. I eventually have a goal of bringing Swen to an actual facility and bringing it to live people and actually being a community that people feel so accepted and welcome to. I want it to be almost like a no electronic zone though. I want people to want to come to a Swen event and be like, man, like this was so healing for me, and not like in a religious way, but it was like I just needed time for myself without social media, without feeling the presence of the outside world, without feeling like I had to post. And I think that's why I'm working so hard on trying to figure out how I can do that best with Swen, because I think I grew up in the digital age, and I was born in 1998, right when all of electronics were coming to be, and my parents seem to have lived such a different life. And I think that kids nowadays, and even adults, need to experience what we missed so that we can realize that there is such a big, vibrant world outside of the internet, and that we can feel like we're not imprisoned to our phones and electronics. And with Swen, I want the facilities to be on like big plots of land where people can go outside and really take in nature, and inside they can really take in each other and like play games and get like massages and have workout gyms. And I don't want it to be like the normal facility that people go to, like the YMCA or just like a gym facility. I want it to be different in the fact that it is such a big community and everybody wants to support each other, and it is just for self-care. It's not for like, it's all about taking care of yourself. I want there to be a bunch of different activities that you can choose to do. And I have like this huge vision in my head, and I have no clue how it's gonna come together, but I am so excited because I've wanted to do this for so long. I have been in therapy for years now, and I could never do this 3-4 years ago when I was on the path that I was and on the road that I was on. And now that I'm on a road to like a healthier future, I just want to support and help everybody. As a social worker, people have like a very bad view, and anytime I tell people I'm a social worker student, they're like, ooh, like good luck with that. And to me, it's like, it makes me sad because I want to help people in a way where people aren't going to be mad at me all the time. I want them to be like, wow, like you've really supported me, you've really helped me on my healing journey to just be a healthier person and the best version of me. And that's the whole point of Swen. It's to help people see and be the best version of themselves. And I think like today and what's going on with the pandemic and stuff, more than ever, self-care is so important. And I want there to be a community of people after this pandemic where we can actually get together and just hang out and let loose. I want parents to be able to come to a Swen event and their kids get watched by my co-workers who have a whole nother experience and event for the children. And I just want it to be like a very family oriented but self-reflecting and healing time for everybody, including myself. And again, I don't want to discriminate against anybody, and I only want people who are open and accepting of everybody so that this can just be a really healthy environment. The future of Swen is so exciting. The steps I'm in, I finally finished my business plan, which I will argue is like, to me right now, is one of the most stressful things. There's so many other stressful things that I'm going to be having to deal with, but the business plan was super stressful. Oh, there was Maggie making her camel. She might come back because I just said her name. Do you want to come say hi? Hi. See, she likes to come say hi. Can you say hi to the camera? Oh, wow. So sorry, Maggie just got a little bit excited, but we're done there. Like I was saying, I just have such a big vision for Swen, and I cannot wait. And it is going to start out in Canada and Alberta specifically, but I really hope that I can move this into the US, move it into Australia, move it into Europe, move it into Africa, move it into the Caribbean. I want it to be a worldwide thing that is not just for America and Canada. Like, I want this to be bigger. I want there to really be a connection, and I want everybody who attends Swan to feel connected, or who reaches out and works with Swan to feel connected. So I am really learning on how to do that. Like I said, I finished my business plan, which to me right now has been the hardest part. I'm now reaching out to people who sell products, and I'm really working with people and trying to figure out what products are really good for self-care. Swan again is not just for, like, I find subscription boxes are so big to be for men. Not men, for women. And I feel like it was me and Sebastian, when we were trying to find him a subscription box, it was really hard to find one for him that was catered towards self-care. Like there is underwear and stuff like that, which I guess is self-care. And then there's like Dollar Shave Club, but it's only like one thing for men. When men do like having baths and they like having bath bombs, they like to cleanse their face. They actually like things that women like. It's just so taboo still, and it's not as like accepted. So I'm hoping that men will be more comfortable. Our kids boxes are really going to be catered towards like sensory, because regardless of how a child is, sensory is so important, and just learning, but also self-care. So kids also like bath bombs, and kids also like to just wash their faces and to just feel cleansed. And so that's what I'm trying to do, is to just make everybody feel special and important and like they matter with Swan. And I cannot wait. I am so excited. Now, I said I'll talk about the launch date. Swan, like the company is already technically launched. However, we haven't launched any products or anything for Swan. We haven't really talked much about like how we're gonna make this building and facility come to life, because we're still in so much of the talks and so much of the planning. But I'm hoping that the Swan subscription box will launch in Canada earliest, and I say this like very skeptical, earliest December, like before Christmas. But I think even then I will just have my like little boxes, giveaway boxes out, and I'm hoping March, April is when we will actually have a full force of, you can buy a Swan box, you can buy a subscription box. And I'm hoping with that, and with the revenue we bring into that, we can, depending on if we're allowed to meet due to the pandemic, we can social distantly meet, and I can make Swan events and Swan like meets where we learn about self-care and we hang out and we really take care of ourselves. And eventually by the end of the year, the goal is to have rented out a building for Swan Meets, and by next year we can start on making the facility, like an actual Swan facility, the first Swan facility. That's so in the future. That's a dream of mine. I don't know if it's gonna come true. We don't know how this is all gonna go, especially with the pandemic, but that's what I hope, and that's what I pray, and that's what I'm thinking about. Again, I am so excited about my business. I'm so excited about Swan, because I am truly doing this to support people, because I felt like this is the kind of support that I could have used in my life, the kind of facility I could have used in my life, and the kind of things in life that I really want my kids to have. I want my kids to grow up in a world where they have access to all this kind of stuff that I didn't have access to, and I want them to see a world that is not just electronics and just like, let's go on our phones, let's search up social media, let's bring ourselves down, because the world is always throwing you things about how you have to be. I want them to feel like they can just let loose and be themselves. I cannot wait to see how this goes. Thanks for listening to my rant. I am so excited again. I hope you like it. Please follow me on my journey. My Instagram page for Swan is Swan Self Care. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, is Swan Self Care. I will link it down below. I am so bad with this. I will link it down below somewhere. My personal Instagram account, I don't know it actually, so I might link that down below too. I never tend to do that. And again, just I would love for you to follow me on my journey, or us, because Stefan has helped me a lot with this. You can go, we'd love again if you would like our videos, subscribe to our channel, and turn on those notification settings, and I'll talk to you a different day. Bye guys.